Good morning. I'll call this meeting to order. We have a quorum. All three commissioners are present. Flag salute. I'm looking to see if anybody has military time in the Dave. Scott who?
Scott Mattoon.
Scott, would you lead us in the flag salute? First, state what service and what you did. Tell us what service you were in and what you did.
United States Marine Corps, I was a radio technician. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I move that we approve the minutes of July 25th, 2016.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any additions, deletions, corrections? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Minutes are approved. Do we have any public comment? No public comment? Then we will do the employee recognition above and beyond awards.
Would Scott Mattoon, would you like to come forward? Employee of the Quarter, Scott Mattoon, nominated by Becky Butler. Earlier this year, organizational changes occurred in central services, and radio services is part of that department. During this change, the radio services department was moved out from the communications budget. Scott was asked to take on duties such as budgeting, rate setting, and many other administrative functions that he had not been a part of in the past. Scott displayed and continues to display an eagerness to learn and understands all aspects of the budget and his department. Every time Scott was asked to do more, he just did it without excuses or negativity. Becky states, Scott is a very hard worker and loyal person and employee. He always goes above and beyond to do the best job he can do for the county. She says, I admire Scott for his passion and work ethic. The county is lucky to have such a dedicated, hardworking employee. Congratulations, Scott.
Thanks.
Okay.
Step up here. Delay was the picture.
Yeah, hold up here. Yeah, there you go.
Good, thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Scott.
So second quarter, above and beyond. Well, the following people come up. Matt Pantana, Tim York, Matt Thurston, Mel Kuhn. Come on. Tim Spencer and Gary Smith. And they were nominated by Steve Wold, IT Director. Come on up. Come on up. Congratulations.
Did I give you the wrong mat?
Okay, let me tell you about what they did. The first floor of the public health building desperately needed repairs and updating. These men in facilities worked tirelessly over many months, often juggling many other daily requests to ensure we would end up with an office space that is functional and professional. The results are something we as a county can be proud of. These employees kept great attitudes and looked for ways to outperform the original requests. We are incredibly grateful for their exceptional work. Steve says, this was a huge project to add to their already growing list of daily tasks. They did their job better than expected and always maintained a great customer service attitude. Let's give them another hand. Hold up your certificates and look towards her. Everybody. Got it?
He is smiling.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Again, appreciate it.
Once again, thank
you.
you. Yes, thanks again. Thank you again. We appreciate the work you guys do.
So you're
as always.
smiling under the beard, that's all you have to do.
Yeah, I am smiling. Thank you. Once again, thank you all.
Wait for him to shuffle out.
Don't want everything to fall apart for the next hour.
No.
Okay. I make a motion to approve the two notice agenda items, resolutions number 16-207 and resolution number 16-208.
Second?
Motion has been made and seconded. Mr. Martin?
Yes, Eric Martin, Lewis County Public Works Director. Speaking on agenda item number 1, proposal 16-207, the temporary closure of Ingalls Road to all through traffic. There's a bridge repair project at milepost 2.11 on Ingalls Road, and so we are requesting a closure of that road between Lincoln Creek Road and Bunker Creek Road. 2-day closure sometime the week of the 8th. We're relatively sure that that closure will be the 8th and 9th, but we wanted to reserve the ability to flex on that a little bit, just because of the way the construction project is. So.
And the first closure we had went relatively well?
Yes,
And
first closure went well.
And the public knew, they were given notice and they understood?
Public was given notice. We placed our portable changeable message boards out there, the big lighted boards, so people had advance warning. Obviously, we'll go through the proper publishing to let people know about this one as well. So,
Thank you.
any questions?
Thank you.
Good morning, Danette York, Director of Public Health and Social Services, and I'm speaking to the second notice item, resolution number 16-208. This is to notice a public hearing for our community development block grant for the public services grant portion that we receive from the Department of Commerce. Typically, the Department of Commerce requires both a beginning public hearing and a closeout public hearing, and we usually do them together, but this year we are only doing the closeout for the grant period that ended June 30th of 2016 because Mason County is now taking over as the fiscal agent for that particular block grant. This will be noticed in the East County Journal on August the 3rd and the Chronicle on August the 4th.
When you say the Mason County will be taking this over, what's that group called and how many counties are in it?
There's just 2 counties in it. It's Lewis and Mason, and the subcontract, one of the counties has to serve as the fiscal agent, but then we subcontract the majority of the funds to the Lewis Mason Thurston Community Action Council to actually provide the services. This typically is, the services are housing type of referral for housing purposes, and Thurston County is no longer involved, even though the CAC works, within Thurston County as well, because they are an entitlement county due to their population size, so they receive funding directly.
You say according to their population, is that because the state legislature is there?
No, because they reached a certain threshold in the population size of the county.
And again, I know I've asked you before, but will this impact any services for our
Our citizens do get some services from this funding. A lot of the funding goes to provide staff at the Monarch Center, which is in Thurston County, but some of our clients or our citizens go there as clients.
So will it make a difference, though, by this shift?
It helps. Let's put it that way. We did hold a meeting with Mason County, myself, and Community Action Council to talk about where these funds go and what services are provided, and we may be looking at changing the services that the funding pays for in the future, but for right now, it is remaining the same, except Mason County will be the fiscal agent instead of Lewis.
Okay.
And we're talking about $100,000 a year that comes through the grant, $3,500 of which the fiscal agent can maintain or retain as the administration of the grant. The rest goes to CAC.
35%?
No, $3,500. Definitely not the percent.
Okay.
And since you mentioned homeless as part of the funding, I was really impressed with the Homeless Connect at Riverside Park last week, and Michelle Sorley and folks should be very proud of what they did, and they served a lot of people. And I think they ran out of food. There were so many people that did come to that.
Yes.
And free haircuts by Century Beauty College. I mean, it was just a really wonderful community event for those less fortunate.
Yes, thank you.
Any further discussion on the notice agenda? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Notice agenda is approved.
I'd like to move forward the consent agenda with adding item number 6, resolution number 16212 regarding the burn ban. So I would move that we approve 3, 4, 5, and 6, resolution number 16-209 through 16-212.
Second.
The motion has been made and seconded. Good morning, Suzette.
Good morning, Commissioners. Suzette Smith, Auditor's Office, Financial Services Division, here to present to you agenda item number 2. This is resolution number 16-209, and it is the weekly approval of warrants for claims against the various county departments. Last week, we issued 240 regular warrants, number 751913 through 752015, and 752177 through 752313, for a total of $1,008,738.82. And as a note, warrants number 752016 through 752176 are noted as a skip in sequence. Those warrants were issued on behalf of the special purpose districts and are approved by their commissions. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Could you hold off just a minute, Mr. Martin? It looks like another large exodus.
Eric Martin, Lewis County Public Works, speaking on consent agenda item number 4, bid award for Sen Road Bank Protection Project. We have a bank stabilization protection project at milepost .90 on Sen Road that we put out to bid July 11th of this year. We had 7 bidders, which is great. The engineer's estimate was $230,928, and the low bid was $178,114.80 by Steel Trucking Incorporated.
Okay.
Any questions about that project? Also speaking to item number 5. Proposal 16-211, listing of bids and contractors selected for the Skate Creek Road South Bridge number 193 scour mitigation project. This is a scour mitigation project upstream of the Skate Creek Road Bridge that we also put out to bid on July 11th. We had 5 responsive bidders for this project, and let me pull it back up here, sorry. The engineer's estimate was $383,677, and the low bidder was also Steel Trucking Incorporated at $347,302.77. So with your approval, we'll proceed with those projects. Any questions?
No.
Thanks.
Eric, you did say that we had a number of bidders. So with this time of the year being the busy season, is that, you said that's a little bit unusual. Is that, I mean, with lots of construction and work going on? Or is it?
A little bit. I think it's a good sign. I think, you know, the more bidders we have, typically the more competitive the market is out there, which means better prices for us. As you can see here, both were, you know, well under the engineer's estimate. So we're going to get good prices on those. Tim Fife has had conversations with Steel Trucking and feels confident that they're going to be going to do a good job for us. So we're happy with that, and it's a good sign, hopefully, for future projects as well. So,
Thank you.
yeah.
And Eric, I want to give you a kudo for attending the Chehalis City Council meeting, the special meeting regarding the overpass, Chamberway overpass, and I know it was at short notice, but thank you for being there.
No, you're welcome. It was informative. I'm glad I was. So, thank you.
Eric also went to the crab board meeting
He's everywhere.
Thursday and then also Friday morning. So it's good for him to get some exposure up there, and you've signed up for some of their training, so that's good.
I did. Thank you.
Good morning, Lee Napier, Director of Community Development, speaking on agenda item number 6, Resolution 16212. This is the agenda item that was added this morning by the board. It is a request to restrict outdoor burning throughout unincorporated Lewis County. So it is the recommendation of my office, as well as the fire marshal and the local fire chiefs, that we enact burn restrictions throughout unincorporated Lewis County. It will take effect August 2nd. At 12:01. Any questions?
It doesn't stop all burning, so what burning is allowed?
We'll also be putting out a press release related to that, but it will allow for recreational fires. And so along with our press release, we'll be describing what kinds of recreational fires that people are allowed to have. If you'll recall, last year we enacted a burn restriction allowing recreational fires, and if conditions worsen, we will come back to you to restrict recreational fires as well.
And once again, you've been in contact with other districts, fire districts, and they've been giving you input on this, haven't they?
Yes, it was our intent to meet with the fire chiefs at their meeting this week to discuss this situation, but weather conditions changed. DNR, without notice to us, enacted their statewide burn restrictions, and so we began working with the fire chiefs to assess conditions that they're observing in their respective districts, as well as we have been monitoring conditions. We're seeing, of course, no precipitation. We're seeing humidity up and down depending on the time of day in which the inspectors are taking their measurements. But it is the concurrence of the local folks here that it's best to enact the burn restrictions.
We don't do a burn ban based on a calendar date. We do it based on moisture and precipitation.
That's correct.
So even though it hasn't been very hot, what it has been is dry and windy. So.
Right, and we've also been hearing a lot of wind in the East County. When the field inspectors are out, conditions, the humidity is great in the morning, but it changes by the afternoon.
And this does not affect cities of Centralia and Chehalis. They make up their own decisions, correct?
That is correct. Each jurisdiction, the cities can enact their own burn restrictions. Thank you.
Any other questions, comments? I'll call for the vote on the consent agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Consent agenda is approved.
With no further business, I recommend that we adjourn the meeting.
Second?
Motion has been made and seconded to adjourn the meeting. All in favor say aye.
Aye?
Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned.
You are invited to immerse yourself in the beauty of nature in all four corners of Lewis County, Washington. From our fields to your table, farms in the west share their bounty. Limitless landscapes, forests and mountains beg to be explored in the east. Fish our many rivers and lakes in the south, and discover where history and culture intersect in our twin cities. Explore it all by visiting our Facebook page and plan your next getaway at discoverlewiscounty.com. Culture, history, and adventure all come alive when you discover Lewis County.